Hey guys,
Hey y'all.
having a little bit of technical difficulties right now with Craig and Andrea, but they'll be on in just a minute. How are y'all? Oh goodness, hang on. You're awake. Coffee time. That's right. Hello. Okay. As you retire and hit that magic manager sign up, are you only signing up for the pre-part? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Hello, Charles. How are you? Welcome. You got some questions ready? All right.
We'll try to answer them for you.
Well, welcome, guys. You're in Texas, your wife and you retire at the same time next year. Well, awesome. Dan, how are you, sir? Hey, Michelle. I'm sorry if you hear George hacking.
Did you already send them another link?
They've got the link.
Oh.
They're trying to figure it out. Hey, Cindy. How are you? Hey, how are you from southern Germany? How's the weather there? Is it still cold? Hey, Terry and Reggie.
Terry and Reggie.
How are y'all? Did y'all bring your snacks? It's important.
It's important.
It's important. Notice I pronunciated that.
Yeah.
T. Important.
Important.
Uh-oh. Okay, let's see if we can add them to the stage now. Hold on.
Can you hear us?
There we are.
You're right.
There we go. Yay. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I guess it didn't like you being on the phone.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hold on.
Well, it's nice to meet y'all.
It's
Yeah.
nice to meet you guys. Thank y'all for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Welcome.
This is fun.
This is great.
Yeah. You got snacks? You said you already ate pizza, but did you bring snacks?
We have coffee and wine.
Got my snack right here.
Good enough. Hold on. Let me turn you up. We came on to a whole lot of comments. So let me try to get to these really quick.
Sure.
Yeah, take your time.
How long have you guys been in Albania? 0 days. But Craig and Andrea are there, which is why we have them on. We're going to get to all of that here in just a second. Doing well hanging until we sign with them. Oh, I'm so excited. Please let me know how that goes. Hey, John. How are you?
I can't wait to see a full tour of the house.
Yes. So Cindy just bought a house in France. So she's going to.
Oh, nice. Where in France?
Loire Valley. I'm 99% sure of that. Hey, Robin. Hang on just a sec. You just saw your question for me. You're sticking with your American driver's license till it expires. Well, okay. All right.
Hey, Dan.
Okay. Yeah. Woo. Got through all of those. Sorry, y'all. With this, the thing that's good about this system is that I get to put the comments on the screen, and everybody loves that. So I try to get to.
We did too. We were really impressed.
Yeah, we need to figure out how to do this. Maybe we'll have to hook up with you guys at some point to get a tutorial on how to make the comments go on the screen. That's helpful.
Well, it's because they're using.
It's because you're using the stream.
Can't do it in YouTube. Yeah. And one thing else that I have learned is that on StreamYard, we don't get the trolls that you get over on YouTube. So,
although orientation to work right on StreamYard. So
we have had one or two comments that came out and we had to block them, but
and I hit them on the screen too fast to catch it.
I know.
Dang it, people. Just a sec here. I'm going to introduce you guys. Hey, how are you? How do you say that, Cindy? Is it Richelieu? I probably butchered that. I'm sure I butchered it. Southern Loire Valley. Haven't bought it until you have the keys in the hand, but that's okay. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited. So, do what?
The settlement isn't until fall. Wow.
Yeah, it takes a little bit longer over there, apparently. Well, I said it right. What? Okay.
Yeah, John, I like the videos you just sent me.
Yes. So, guys, this is Craig and Andrea. I have their channels linked Craig's is his name. Andrea's is New Life in Albania. They are in Albania in Pokadec, which is one of the top 2 places
for us
that we are looking at to settle in. We are running neck and neck, y'all, with Durrës and Pokadec.
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
Durrës. Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
East Coast, West
For some
Coast.
reason, I thought at I thought you guys were looking at Skodra, but it's Durrës, huh?
We were looking at Vlora. Durrës wasn't in the picture at the time. It was Vlora, Shkodër, and Pokadec. And now it's down, and all of a sudden we got into Durrës, and
it's like, dang it, I like it.
Now she's, and as a matter of fact, we were just looking at it before we came on, and I told her, I said, look, we're just going to have to get over there and figure it out and just go and look.
For sure.
It's like, I don't
probably a good idea.
Do what?
Probably a good idea to rent for a while and then do some traveling and really decide what you like. Have you guys ever been to Albania at all?
No. So this is a fun fact. We were originally going to move to Italy. They can't get their passive income requirement situation figured out, so couldn't do that. And so then we started searching all of the countries because we knew we wanted to be in the EU. And then we decided on France. They have an excellent tax treaty with the U.S. and then other things. Their healthcare is, so good. And so we had decided on France, and it was always a running joke with us that because, a lot of people, when they hear about Albania, it's the Schengen shuffle, right? It's their out of the EU because it's not part of the EU yet. So people will use that as their, we'll stay 90 days in France or Italy or whatever, and then we have to get out for 90 days. So they pick Albania because it's right there. And so at one point, we are still planning as of right now to retire in France in 2030. But in doing all of that and the visa issues, I was like, watch, we'll end up in Albania or something. Just dog. And I don't know why I did that. I'm like, we'll just end up
Albania it started off with us as a joke.
Yeah. And so then we were like, I don't want to work anymore. I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. What if we just did slow travel? So once again, Albania came into the picture. I said, well, let's just look at it and see. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I don't know what I was thinking. And there's other people on here too. We were like, watch, we'll end up in Albania.
As a matter of fact, I was telling her just the other night that Albania is actually moved up from France a little bit on my side.
Just for the ease of it all. They don't, and I'm sure there's bureaucracy everywhere, granted.
Yeah. For sure.
France and Italy are known for it. Bad. And so the ease of it is nice. The fact that we can stay there for 12 months with just a passport if we wanted to is nice. The way we're going to have to do it is Matt's going to have to go on the pensioner visa. And then I'm not going to have any income at this point because I'm younger than him by 4 years, but it's like dog years. And then, so I'm going to have to go over on his. And so anyway, just the ease of it and just looking at, and we had followed Patrick
since he was in Fort Worth.
Yeah. So for years. And, but yeah, ever since we started looking into Albania, I'm like, this is dumb. Why are we doing this? We could retire 3 years earlier and go somewhere beautiful.
Yeah. Cause every video we see of Albania has just been beautiful.
Stunning.
It is a beautiful country.
We're right here between Greece and Italy, so you can imagine that's the kind of like landscape you're looking at.
Yeah. And like I said earlier on y'all's live, I was like, darn, I might have to go to Italy. Darn, I might have to take the boat from Italy. Dang it, there's a boat from Durrës to Italy. That would suck to have to go to Italy.
And now the joke is I'm going to wake up one morning and she's going to take off on a boat over to Italy without me.
That's going to be like, what time did the boat leave? So anyway, it's my favorite place in the whole wide world. I love it. It's my favorite place. They just cannot get their stuff together. And
yeah,
it just is what it is.
No matter where you go, I mean, you're going to run it. There's going to be problems no matter where you go. In the end, there's always issues had a hard time with our residency permits, even though, I tried to be really astute about it and make sure all my ducks are in a row. I mean, there was always like a little hiccup here or there, but we get through it, it's,
Yeah.
but it's not
smooth.
It's not, yeah, it's definitely, nothing is smooth. And,
Right.
Albania trying to get into the EU, the laws here,
They change. They've been changing
every other
frequently.
weekend. It seems like the laws change.
I remember
What are
when we
y'all's
were.
thoughts on that? What are y'all's thoughts on Albania and the EU? Do you guys want them to join the EU or do you not want them to? And if you don't want to talk about that, that's fine too.
No, it's fine. I think it would be beneficial because then, like, if we were to actually stay here long enough to get citizenship, then you have an EU passport, and then that opens up a lot of doors.
That's like actually kind of my long-term goal. I want a second citizenship out of the United States, and having one in Albania would be great. Having one in the EU would be even better. And it's kind of funny. In a way, like next month we're going to be in France, and we're actually considering a potential move there as well.
Yeah. Where are you going?
We're going to be in Provence, and mostly in Nimes. That's where we're spending most of our time. And like my background as a scientist, there aren't a lot of job opportunities here, and I need to find a way to make money. I'm living off savings, and I have an investment portfolio. And that's been okay for now, but it's investing. So, 1 month you might do great, the next month you might not, and I would rather just have a regular stable income. Plus, and I'm working on the YouTube channel. I'm getting close to monetization there. I'm trying to do something as well. But
so I'll have one bit of advice for you: Occitanie. I'll just leave that alone. Just Occitanie, France. Go there. Go there. That in Brittany is our favorite. We were leaning more toward Brittany, but Occitanie was climbing. Y'all, it's stunning. It is so pretty. You can't go wrong anywhere in France, to be honest. It just depends on how hot you want to be. If you want seas, it just, depends. But everywhere in France is stunning. Stunning. I love it.
Looks like to us. We've never been there, but we have a trip coming up next month, and we're really looking forward to that.
Well, if y'all have we have so many French videos up. If you ever want to see what it looks like before you go, there's a ton of them on there.
It's funny. I saw you commenting on one of our live streams, and then at some point I was looking up videos of France, and I was watching yours. I was like, that name sounds familiar. And I was like, oh, it's them.
Well, yeah. Don't go back to the Italy ones because those are cringy.
Oh,
cringy.
That's when we first started, and it was horrible.
Cringy. Well, hold on, y'all. We're going to get into more. Let me get some of these comments on here, and then let me catch up here. Takes a long time to settle, especially if it's an inherited. Okay. That makes so much sense. Hold on. What does the restaurant scene look like in Tirana? Are there a lot of Asian restaurants there? Guys?
I wouldn't say a lot, but the ones they do have are excellent.
Yeah. And the restaurant scene is really awesome, but not a lot. There's a couple of things. My two big food gripes with Albania is not a lot of Asian food or Mexican food. Other than that, you can find almost everything. You've watched some of our live streams and stuff, and we've had some of the best sushi of our lives here.
Here in Pokerdets,
in Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto as well.
So that's Asian. There is a lot of Japanese food. So but there's not a lot of Chinese food.
There's one particular Chinese place that's excellent.
One that I know
can't
of.
Think of what it's called, but it's really good.
Yeah. So
I can't even think of it's kind of close to Top Tani Mall.
Yeah, but I've never seen Vietnamese. There are like
there's
Japanese
a new Mexican place.
There's a Mexican place where we
can't remember what it's called either.
Y'all can have Mexican food when we get there. We'll just cook it.
Yeah. And
we'll bring our spices with us, and we'll just cook it. That's what we'll do. Hey, Amy. Hey, Amy, are you going to Georgia in March? Remind me. Albania has neither tax treaty or social security. That is correct. That we have heard.
Yeah.
Like Patrick said, each city has its own vibe. Your research is so spot on that it feels like, well, thank you. We try.
Oh my gosh, we got way behind.
Yeah, we did. Last time. Hey, I love the city on paper, but I got there. Yep. Hey, and that's the way it is. We won't know until right now. Like I said, Durst and Pogodesh is fine on paper and what we've seen, but we could get there and be like, you know, you don't know.
And every city is completely different.
Right.
Like, it's really a night and day. It's really surprising, actually.
Yeah.
Yep, it is.
When we go to Sequoia, I felt like I was in another country.
Architecture, like everything is like very different, which is one of the great things about Albania. You don't have to go far
exactly.
to be somewhere.
Exactly. So ready to get off the hamster wheel. Amen. How are you ever 3 contract with the Marine Corps? Oh, in Japan. You're in Japan. Oh, wow. That's amazing. We can thank Hollywood.
Are you still coming this year, Regina? I think she was going to come visit Albania this year.
Oh,
yeah, we're
that's good.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
You can thank this from Germany. Okay, we can thank Hollywood for keeping Albania.
Yeah. No.
Exactly. Yes, every time. Like the first thing, well, usually the first question everybody asks is it safe? What are y'all thinking that they're doing over there?
Well, they start thinking about the mob. They start thinking about the movie Taken. You know, it's ridiculous.
Or War Dogs. That's the other one.
Yeah, and there's also just in like the CSI, it's the villains are always the Albanian mob.
Yeah.
You know.
This is
oh my gosh.
Mob, but almost the entire Albanian mob is actually in like Switzerland and Italy and the U.S. They're not in Albania. It's kind of like the irony of it.
Then that
pretty safe here.
You lived in Tokyo for 4 years when you were in the Navy. My whole family is Navy. You loved it there? Okay. Michelle, yes, it is, Michelle. It is. And they need to stop it. If your country says for a couple, you need 38,000 euros, then the consulates shouldn't have that much discretion to say, no, you're going to need 62 or 70 net. It shouldn't be that big of a discrepancy.
That's what the Houston consulate says, is that you've got to have 62 net. And some of the people, they've actually gone up to 70,000.
Yeah. So they have complete discretion. They can choose whatever they want.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. Like doesn't make sense. Like you're right. It should be
not that big of a
process.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, come on now. Tokyo is crazy expensive, but you're down in it's cheap. Oh, okay. I've never
been over there.
Never even looked into it, to be honest. Dan said he took the ferry from Bari to Durrës. I didn't know they had cabins. It was another $50 for a bed.
Oh. I would have taken the 50. I would have used the $50 and got me a cabin.
Hey, I don't care. The fact that I would be so close to Italy that it's literally a boat ride away. You're not going to tell me nothing. You're not going to be able to tell me nothing. I'm over there all the time. I'm telling you. Do you think they'll end the 1 year? I hope not. But, I feel like if they do go in the EU, that will happen. It'll probably do the 90-day thing.
There's cons associated with that as well. Yeah. They're changing laws pretty rapidly. And that's part of the problem is like it's hard to keep up with some of the laws that affect us, like around taxes and things like that have changed several times since we've been here.
And we've contacted a lawyer in the past week because we're unclear about some things. And apparently the lawyer knows as much as we do because they're all very confused.
So I contacted a tax lawyer because this will be my first time as a tax resident in Albania because last year I filed as a tax resident in the U.S. Mm-hmm. I contacted actually a handful of tax lawyers, and the one that I'm currently talking to, he said there's been a lot of confusion around the new tax laws and they're even having trouble interpreting it, and he had to reach out to help to the government to get a better interpretation. So we're just kind of sitting here waiting to find out what our taxes are actually going to look like. It's kind of unnerving.
Yeah, and in terms of 1 year visa free, they actually did get rid of that like a year and a half ago, and then reinstated it again. So it's like next weekend it could be gone. You just don't know, and that is one of the unsettling. Like,
it is a little unsettling.
I have a 5-year residence permit now, and I went for the long one to be so I have some security. But it's like it makes it hard for someone like people in your position to really like make that decision. And it's like it's kind of like the thing with Italy where it's like, you know what, if you guys want foreign investment, you need to have some kind of regulated process where things don't change every 3 weeks. Nobody knows what's going on, including the attorneys. That not good for pushing forward.
It's unnerving when your attorneys don't know the answers.
Yeah, exactly. Or we've contacted some immigration officials to ask them about some of these things. And they have told us exactly like you ask 3 people, 3 officials, the same question, you get 3 different answers. And it's like,
it's like that in Italy too. And then in France, their processes are pretty
laid out.
It's the actual processing of the processes.
It's the time.
that gets messed up.
It takes forever to get something done.
Right. And I don't understand that. But, again, that's something that we're going to have to, the American mentality of, let's get it done. Let's get it done.
That's what I'm used to.
We're going to have to get out of that.
That doesn't make
I want to
so be prepared. I mean, that's a European-wide. I think that's a worldwide thing. Americans are very, it's very,
obsessed with getting things done as fast as possible.
If you're not there 5 minutes early, you're already late, kind of thing.
And Craig, I want you to know something right now. Okay, you had me and her going it was several days ago
about a divorce decree.
We thought we were going to have to get all of my stuff, and I was like, I never read anything about that.
And then like forever.
Well, and then she decided she was going to check with Google, and Google said, yes, you're going to have your marriage and divorce decrees. And we're like, oh no. So we're going around trying to get our paperwork. And then I was like, wait, hang on. This doesn't make sense. How are they going to know? My name never changed. How are they going to know if I even got divorced or what? So I said, there's no way. And she goes, well, it says yes. And
slow travel it is.
And I was,
shake and shovel.
Well, and I told her, I said, it can't be that. And so that's whenever you came back after I asked you and you said, no, it's just her.
You and other people said, no, you're not going to need it, or him. And I was like, oh, thank God. That was going to be a nightmare.
You have to think about it in terms of the reasoning. And the reasoning is they just want to know who's going to own the property. Mm-hmm. So they want to make sure that, especially with the female, but since your names may have changed, that like you two are the ones that are married now. You're both going to own the property jointly. And if you can prove all that, that's all that really matters. What happens in the past doesn't matter that much. They just wanted to know that I was officially single, and that if they put my name on the deed, that my ex-wife isn't going to come along and claim that she owns half the property because we're not married anymore. They just wanted to establish that you're either single or you're married, and then if you're married, who are you married to? Because the Albanians have an official personal document that has all this information in it, and we don't have that in the United States. There's nothing that says that you're single or married. There is no you can file your tax returns as single, but you can do that even if you're married. So there is no singular document that shows your marital status. So they just want to establish that. You just got to think about what the purpose is behind it. And then if you go to the right notary, they might not even ask for that. It's like, again, you ask 3 different people, you will get 3 different answers.
Right. Well, I'm going to be prepared and have it anyway. Not his. I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole, but I'm going to have mine.
Well, we're currently working on it right now. I went up to the courthouse up where I work, and the ladies, instead of mailing it to us, they went ahead, since I work with them, they just said, hey, we'll get it for you right now. So they went ahead and got me my 2 copies for her.
Now I just need you to handle the apostille so that we don't have to send that off, but I digress.
The only thing that I was going to be getting probably tomorrow will be our marriage license.
Yeah.
To have it there, and then we can turn around and get it apostilled all together.
Yeah. Let's see here. Alaska Top Dog Craig. My specialty is in forensics. Okay.
Oh,
nice.
Very interesting.
It's anybody's guess. I hope it doesn't change. My apartment was in. I'm going to butcher that. Didn't seem that expensive.
Shinagua.
I'm not even going to try because I'm going to butcher it, and somebody's going to come for me, just like they always do. Just like in our last video, we were talking about the conversion. I'm like, y'all, it changes all the time. I'm not even going to attempt to be correct on this conversion. I'm just going to make this easy so you don't have to do some math, but check it because it changes all the time. And I'll be dang, somebody didn't come on there and say.
He said it was, he goes, well, that it's 20% higher.
No.
And we're like, okay,
that's exactly why I said it.
That's why we
say
it.
That's why the disclaimer.
Watch the video.
Goodness gracious. People always coming for us. Or thinking about opening up an interview. Okay.
Oh, nice.
That would be good.
Oh,
Maybe we should open up a Mexican restaurant.
they could use some spicy food here for sure.
Spicy food
I
is
would,
not.
I would eat up the profits. I love Mexican
Plus,
food.
I don't want to work. I don't want to work. I just don't. It's spicy,
we pay people to work for us.
Hey,
And
now you're talking.
We just got to supply everything and buy
Hey,
the
Sean
building.
Mark. Hang on a second. We are so behind. Hang on here. Dan, we had a special expat dinner dress that served, but not
nice.
Mexican. Oh, man. And do you do the authentic Mexican or do you do Tex-Mex, which hands down should be Tex-Mex?
Tex-Mex is great, but I love authentic.
Yeah, you say that as you're pouring honey on your tongue because you're dying because it was so hot. Y'all, we were in New Mexico.
I thought I was going to die.
And he had something, and my daughter and I, we got our sauce on the side, and he didn't because he can handle it. Y'all, he was sitting there doing this. Next thing you know, you just see
I
him,
was
and he's just
sliding
going
down in my seat, and I finally grabbed the honey bottle, and I was in the middle of the
It was
restaurant.
like Dumb and Dumber.
I was sitting there squeezing it into my mouth just to get my mouth to cool off. I seriously, and it was so hot, whatever it was I ate, that I seriously, it was almost freezing my brain with pain. That I thought I was going to die.
Some milk.
It was bad. I mean, and so the honey really helped. I mean, I probably drank about half that bottle of that honey.
Well, the sugar rush alone. But you remember on Dumb and Dumber when he ate that and he was like squirting? That was you that day. It was hilarious. You want to be there in Albania this fall?
Can't wait, Regina. We're looking forward to it so much.
You're working on meeting in March. Okay. Stand by. Okay. Well, we hope to see you there because it's going to be fun. Rome is 22. What?
Yeah. The flights between Rome and Tirana are super cheap.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, ain't gonna tell me nothing. If y'all can't find Diane, I'm gonna be in Italy. Weekend in Italy shopping. Yes, because I was sitting there saying earlier, if there's something that I can't find in Albania, okay, I'll just hop over there to Italy. Darn.
The only thing that she's wanting to really bring over and that she's not going to leave without is
my cast iron.
Her cast iron, and then and her.
I'm bringing mine. I don't care how heavy that is. I'm bringing it.
What was the other thing?
Got some special guests for you guys. This is what we were able to get here. To get these boats in free.
Okay, is it heavy? Is it good?
Yeah, it's very good. It's just that they're just kind of small. That's the only, they're not huge. I wasn't, when I was in the US, I had a big 15-incher that you had to use two hands to pick up, and you could food for 4 people in that thing, and it was great. Where this is just like your standard 12-inch. It's not huge. It's enough for 2 people. But
I'm bringing it. I'm bringing mine. You can't tell me nothing. I'm going to bring mine. I will weigh down my suitcase because I'm bringing it. Because mine is the heavy. Well, one of them is the heavy one that you have to have two handles. So I'm taking my 2 cast irons, and then I have a really expensive, good, all-clad stainless. I'm bringing that.
Nice.
And then my sourdough baking pan. I have to bring that because I do bake a lot of sourdough. And I paid a lot of money for that.
And if somehow we end up in Poker Dash, she is going to be making everybody bread.
Yeah, I'll make y'all
that
some.
Would be lovely.
That'd be great.
Because the bread here is really great, but you can't find sourdough, so that would be amazing.
You have to make
I'm bringing my starter.
She's bringing her starter.
I don't care if I have to dehydrate it or maybe I can do it as a liquid, but you can take sourdough on planes.
Yeah.
So I will be bringing my starter.
Awesome.
I'll give you some starter.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Yeah, I love making bread too, and I just got a couple big bags of farro flour and some also farro seeds that are straight up. So I'm really excited to make some stuff with that.
Well, when she starts feeding it, she can give you all some starter to make your own.
Laws are changing in each of the EU countries at the moment. They are changing in France. Yes, I know they are doing that too. I'm telling you. So for Albania, do you have to? Is there a language requirement to get citizenship? I think I saw that it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you have to be able to. I think you have to be at A2 level, I believe.
Oh my gosh, y'all!
That's a hard language.
That is low. Like the lowest level is A1.
Right.
It's kind of opposite of what you would think. So like C1 is a very like very fluent. A2 is like elementary. So it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. But
yeah, it's
the Albanian
doable.
language is really hard. It's,
yeah, it is. That's why I was
like,
asking. Do they listen Italian? Because I can speak Italian better than I could Albanian.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It's way much easier because there's so much more overlap. Where there's no overlap with Albanian.
Oh my gosh!
If they would let us speak Italian, I'd do better on Italian than I did on French.
Google is accurate at almost 63% of the time when it comes to Albania.
Very precise number, Dan. I like that.
Exactly. That's like when he'll say approximately 12:02 a.m. That's not approximate. That's pretty specific. You can't own property jointly. Dan owns half and you own half. No joint bank accounts either. I know. I heard that.
I didn't know that. That's odd.
I've heard about the bank accounts. Yeah.
Oh,
you can't have a joint bank account here.
Interesting.
David and Lisa.
Well, hello, David and Lisa. Thank you from Pennsylvania. Y'all are about to get hit with some snow, aren't you?
We were in Pennsylvania.
Thanks, Jackie.
Not too long ago.
Yeah, we drove through there. We drove from Texas to Vermont. Don't recommend it.
Yeah, I don't recommend it at all anymore.
Oh, that was awful. Wow. Oh my gosh.
No,
what is that? 3 days?
It was 2.5 days. When I start to drive, I get into a zone, and I keep going. And there's times where I'll forget that we need to take a bathroom break or something. I just keep going and going, but we made it in 2.5 days.
So on the way over there, we stopped in Tennessee,
then we stopped in Pennsylvania, and then went straight into Vermont that third day.
Yeah,
that's rough. Yeah. I've done the Florida to Maine a few times, and that was just excruciating.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't recommend it. We're about to drive to Florida.
No,
in a couple of weeks. I mean,
we're driving to Georgia and just not next week, but the week after.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
We're going to be meeting a bunch of YouTubers over there in Helen, Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darren, we're going to drive to see you.
Yeah, Darren, his side is Magnificent Germany. Darren.
With Darren.
Yeah, I've subscribed to his channel.
Oh, love Darren. He is
we saw him on last live stream.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, we're going to go see him, and and he never did answer this because I saw a live that he was doing with Walter's World.
Yeah.
And
Walter's World. Yeah, we watch him sometimes. Yeah,
and he had told Darren that he was going to go to this, and so I was trying to get confirmation if he was actually going to be there, because he's another one I'd like to meet when
Darren
we get
said
there.
he's going.
Oh, we do? Oh, I guess I missed it.
Yeah, so we'll get to meet him. That'll be fun. How about a barbecue place? Hey, I'm not above it, Amy. I'm not above it.
There's a good barbecue place in Tirana called Spaghetti Western.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, it's an American place.
Spaghetti Western.
Yeah, I guess they have some barbecue stuff. Yeah, it's an American it's Spaghetti Western, right? It's a
and then they have grill restaurants here, but not American style barbecue.
Yeah, not like you're not going to get like Carolina or Texas barbecue in Progradets. Yeah.
No,
have to make
but in Toronto you can.
Not unless we do it.
We'll just have to bring the KC with us. I'm telling you. Hello, how are you? Welcome. You're a baker too? I love to bake.
Everybody here is baking. Yeah, we love to bake.
Love to bake. Belgium has 3 languages, and you need to be an A2 for citizenship in Dutch, French, or German.
Yeah.
Well, I'm working on the French.
Now, her French is really good. She does great on that. French drives me crazy. I mean,
you know why I like French better than Italian? Because I can't roll an R, but I can hock a loogie. So that's how I get by with the French, because it's so much easier to me than Italian. What part of Texas are you from? You're from Fort Worth. We're North Central Texas.
We're east of Dallas.
East of Dallas. We're in the U.S. Where were y'all from? Craig and Andrea?
From Ohio. I'm originally from Florida, but lived in Ohio for most of the last 13 years before moving to Albania.
And I moved here from Maine, but I've lived on a lot of the East Coast. But Maine is like the one place in the U.S. that I consider home. So,
and we met
here. Yeah,
Maine was supposed to be when we went to Vermont. We had talked about going to Maine, and we were doing it just because we wanted to go get some lobster. But But she ended up finding a Airbnb over in Vermont, and we ended up in the mountains.
It was beautiful.
We did one of our videos on our trip going out.
Nobody
there.
watched it, but it's there if y'all want to. That was one of our worst performing videos ever.
Yeah. The Northeast is the only part of the U.S. I miss at all. I loved New England, including like Boston is definitely my favorite city in the U.S. And I do New England, but the rest I don't miss so much.
I didn't realize how beautiful New York was.
Upstate
New
York.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I drove through.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part of the drive, actually.
Yeah.
Was through there. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it really is.
Let's see here. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Don't let Pat barbecue anything for you. Ask Andrea. Okay. Okay. You brought your salsa. It's a really sweet. Oh my.
Interesting.
You're from DFW also. Well, welcome, fellow Texan. Hey, Lainey, are y'all back or are you still in tour? Either they're still in France or they might have just come back. You're going to Maine in June for 1 week. Any recommendations to Bailey Island in an Airbnb?
Maine has thousands of islands. I'm not familiar with Bailey Island. I went to university there, and I also lived in southern Maine in the Kittery area. The entire coast of Maine is beautiful. Camden is absolutely gorgeous. Rockland, Rockport. It's hard to go wrong with Maine. Even if you go to the west side and go up into the mountains near Katahdin, or
the end of the Appalachian Trail,
Greenville. I mean, it's hard to go wrong in Maine. It's the whole state's pretty gorgeous. Yeah.
My whole family is Appalachian. It explains everything. Once you know that, it explains everything. Let's see here. Okay, let's let them talk here. Shannon, you lived in Austin for 25 years. Leaning towards Schroeder. I love Schroeder or Korcha. Okay. Yeah. I like Schroeder.
We're dying to get up there.
Yeah.
It's pretty. Hold on. I wanted y'all to tell your story here, but I'm trying to get through these as well. It sure is. Okay. You're a native Mainer moving to France.
Oh, another Mainer. All right.
Yes, y'all.
Yeah, they're going up to a nice area.
How are you finding housing that isn't overpriced? Where?
In Albania, I guess.
I will
say it is getting harder and harder. The prices, like since I bought my house, prices have like doubled. And I just bought my house a few years ago. So
my deal is I would almost rather have a house than an apartment. Good luck with that.
I agree. A house is much better than an apartment. Apartments, I have a whole laundry list of reasons I don't like apartments here. So
yeah, I can't decide. Okay. You're still in tour. We decided it's not for us. See, it wasn't for me either. You're going to take the train to Blois tomorrow. Okay. Now, but you did like Angers, right? Because that was beautiful. Your pictures. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Okay. We're caught up on comments. Now, if we don't do interviews here, I'm not going to do that. We're going to just hang out. So, tell us your stories. Why did y'all decide on Albania? How did y'all meet? Give us the tea.
Okay, we'll spill the tea. So I just needed to move out of the United States. I've been a single mom for a long time, working lots of jobs. The last year or two, I was working about 3 jobs. I never really slept. I just took naps in between jobs. And they were very difficult physical jobs. And I traveled for work too. And as a single mom, that's just terrible. I mean, I had to take Jesse with me on the road. It was just a really bad life just to try to make it. And I was burned out beyond belief. My health was declining, and I knew I just couldn't continue to live like that. It was hurting Jesse. It was hurting me. And no matter what I tried in the United States, moving to cheaper places, trying better paying jobs, I tried everything. And after, 15 years of being a single mom, I was like, you know what? Maybe the United States is the problem for me. I can't make it work. Other people have, but I can't. And so we started looking at moving abroad. and managed to get a really good online job with working for a friend of mine, and just started looking at, we really wanted to move to Greece. We thought Greece looked really beautiful, but the income requirements, I couldn't quite meet them for a mom and a kid. I had to add 15% for Jesse. So I literally just started looking around at the map. Like, oh, there's Albania. I knew nothing about Albania. And then just the first videos that I watched showed how gorgeous it was. The mountains, the lakes, the Riviera. And I showed Jesse and I was like, this is beautiful. And it's so much more accessible. And we decided that, we'll come to Albania first and then see if we can eventually get into Greece or see if we want to go somewhere else. But we ended up just growing roots here. And then I met Craig, moved to Poker.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just I've ever since as long as I can remember, I wanted to live in Europe, and I never really felt all that at home in the U.S. I have doesn't match my perspective and my outlook on the world. There's a lot of great things about the U.S., but it didn't work for, like, there was a lot of things about it that just didn't fit my perspective on things. And I have if you watch my channel, I do a lot of history and stuff, particularly ancient history, and like Greek is my background, my second language for that stuff. So I actually also wanted to move to Greece, but I don't meet the requirements for that. And then France was actually my second choice because perspective-wise, I feel like I have a very French attitude. I'm originally from the Philadelphia area, so it's kind of the same attitude, And like when I was in my 20s, I had a stack of like Living France magazines, and I would look through those, and I always wanted to be an EU citizen. And so I saved, I had scholarships for college, and I worked at a Greek restaurant, and I just saved and saved. And when I work, I saved and saved. And I went with that healthcare for nearly 2 decades, which is another reason why I eventually was like, I can't, like, I'm making enough money where I can live well and I can save money to do this thing I want to do in the future. But if I was paying for healthcare, I wouldn't have been able to do any of this. And it's like, and then I did have, when I was in college, I had healthcare and I had a problem, and I had to fight with the health insurance company to cover me. And it was like, this is such BS. And then the whole time I'm living, I'm like, I'm a slip on the ice and fall away from being bankrupt. Like, they'll take everything from me. And like, I was just like, I don't want to live that way. And I've always, like, I just kept my eye focused on wanting to live in Europe. And I just like saved all my money. Like, I missed out on a lot of fun things because I just, I would eat a lot of beans and rice and a lot of pasta, and just really curtailed my fun activities so that I could do something like this. And eventually I got to the point I came to Albania, and I was like, oh, I really like it, and I really like the people, and the sandwich between Greece and Italy, and that shares the same history. From my ancient background, and a lot of people in this part of Albania actually speak Greek, so I was able to use that to get around. And after making several trips and looking at properties, I decided that I think I'll pull the trigger and do this. And then so I bought the property, and then I still worked for a few years in the U.S. before I actually moved over here full time, just so I would have, like, that portfolio and that backstop, so I knew that I would be safe for a long time here without going through all my money.
Yeah.
And I came and I went to one of my friends, James Lythart. He was one of the very first YouTubers that ever came over here and started making videos.
Yeah, he was the OG.
We watch him.
Yeah.
So I went to one of his basketball games, and Andrea was there, and the rest is history.
History. So, Andrea, you'd never been to Albania. You just
Correct.
went.
I did things the wrong way and did not come and check it out. But in my mind, we were done with the U.S. and we were going to come try out Albania. And if it didn't work for us, we were mentally prepared to go somewhere else. I just knew the U.S. wasn't working for me anymore. I needed to find a place with affordable health care because I was developing a lot of health problems, and I just couldn't treat them. And I just had so many reasons that I knew it wasn't the U.S. So I was like, okay, we're going to Albania. We're going to try it out. And then if that doesn't work, we I was like right on the verge of maybe being able to qualify for Greece. So I was going to, possibly be able to finagle it, but this has just worked out so well for us.
Yeah. And the Albanian people are very wonderful.
And it's not far from your location anyway. So
Greece.
Yeah. You'd be able to just go there.
We have such a great spot here. I mean, we're on the corner of Greece and North Macedonia in Albania. It's just such an amazing location.
We're literally walking from 2 other countries.
Yeah.
You can't beat it. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people we've had comments too on our videos that, well, you've never been here. You're going to go to a place where you haven't been. So what's the worst thing that could possibly happen? We don't like it and we move.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that wouldn't be the end of the world to have to go somewhere else. The way we started thinking about this, well, we went to Italy and fell in love with it. So that was the end of it for me. But, we were talking about retirement and it's like, we can either stay here and work until we're 75, 80. My mom is mid 70s, still working. So we can do that. Or I can retire.
And I can
at
retire
57
early
and see the world. What sounds better about that?
But what
our
plan was supposed to be 2030.
Yeah.
But now since it's gone to 2027. I mean, I'm at work telling them, because some of the guys will fight over my district that I work, and they know I'm not going to go anywhere because I have the highest seniority right now in patrol. And so I pick where I get to work and what shift I want to go to. They have to ask me first. And so I was telling a couple of the deputies the other day that I said, well, in about a year, y'all can have my district because I am gone.
Take it.
I'm just glad to be getting out of it. I'm so tired of it. I mean, I got out of it once because I got burned out. Went and drove for a company over in Dallas with the 18-wheelers. And that just wasn't for a married person. And so I ended up getting the itch and went back and came back into law enforcement. And now I want to get out and just not ever work again.
I had to, that's right. I had to do my continuing ed for my insurance license. I had to do 19 hours of continuing ed. And I'm like, this is the last flipping time that I'm going to have to do this. And I'm not sad about it at all. I'd already soft launched my retirement for 2030. And then one of my managers saw our video and we had a team meeting and he said,
this was funny.
Albania. And I was like, I hadn't told anybody anything. And you just blurted it out to the whole world. So he said, well, I put it on the internet. Therefore, I'm free game. But yeah. And so retiring at 75 or retiring at 57. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. It really is.
Yeah. I'm tired.
Life is short.
It is. It is. And I've worked since I was 16 years old. I'm tired.
When we started first talking about retirement, it was going to be Tennessee.
Yep.
We were going to either be in Knoxville or Bristol, Tennessee. Mm-hmm. And then we got to talking about Italy because we took a trip over there. And,
love it.
And then that's how it got started. But then the further we kept getting into everything, and then, I can't wait to just stop. And I can go in, turn everything in and say, give it to these young guys. They can have it. I'm done.
Yeah.
But flipping that switch from working to not working is going to be hard for me.
Yeah. It's not.
No. Well, here's the thing. Like you'll stay busy. There's plenty of things that you'll stay busy with. Right now, I live off my savings and portfolio, and I don't have a spare minute. Like I am busy. I always have something to work on.
Yeah,
always.
There's a lot of truth to that because everything has to be done so much slower here. Like we walk on foot to do all our shopping, grocery shopping, to get to the bus. Everything here is so much less convenient than what we're used to in the U.S. It really keeps you busy.
Yeah, I'm busy all the time, and like the other thing, like not retiring in Tennessee is beautiful. I love Tennessee. I've hiked almost all the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. I used to go there backpacking every year. Again, a way for me to do vacation, but like spend no money. It's just live in the woods for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But one of the great things about being here or Italy or France or anywhere in Europe is you are a short trip and an inexpensive trip away to all these other countries and all these other, all these just complete where you can't really get that in the U.S. anymore. Like you go from California and it's Bed Bath and Beyond and Applebee's and all the other BS, and it's like it's a whole different world. And you'll trust me, you will find ways to occupy your time.
Oh, you don't got to tell me nothing. I'm gonna find plenty to do. I know. Okay, let's get some of these up here. Let's see. Can you talk about the riots and political unrest in Albania? It makes me nervous leaving a place with political violence to go to a place with political unrest.
Riots.
Yep, they are happening.
Yeah, there's been some stuff in Tirana. It doesn't affect us here. I didn't even really know what it was all about until recently. So it's like it had zero effect here. It's just in the capital you get some stuff like that, but you get that in look at the U.S. It's way more calm here. I couldn't even
and I think the riots there, and I hope I'm not misspeaking, but they tend to not be violent towards other Albanians or other people. They tend to just kind of go towards the government buildings. They'll shoot their fireworks at the government buildings and things like that. But overall, they're not hurting common people.
Yeah, unlike the U.S.
They will block traffic sometimes.
Yeah, unlike the U.S. where you really do have two sides that really are just at each other's throats. Here, it's like you've got a pretty small group of demonstrators that are upset about certain things with the government, and all their directed towards the government, not their fellow citizens. So
well, and even in France, they have demonstrations all the time, and so it's still not near what it is here in the U.S. But
in Greece too. Actually, one of the things I love about Europe is they act when they don't like something. I think America could use more of this. It's like, when the government oversteps its bounds, I love the way that Europeans get into the streets and are like, no, we're not having this. I think that's part of democracy. And otherwise you're in China and the government always wins. So that's what
John Mark was in tour. Do the tax treaties or lack thereof in Albania come into play as a prime decision factor? No. Now, again, I am not a tax person. Please do not come for me if this is wrong. From what I have understood, again, could be wrong, they don't tax U.S. pension, Social Security. Guys that have been there for a while that are on the pensioner visa, if you want to confirm that or nay, but no, it's not. It doesn't play.
Yeah, from what we've heard, now maybe y'all have heard something different, is that they do not tax the pension or Social Security.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
That I can't tell you that for sure, but what I will tell you is these laws, there's a lot of things that didn't tax a year ago that they're taxing now, and things change. It seems on a daily basis. We're having some issues with taxes right now, and we're consulting tax attorneys, and they're literally like, we don't know. We can't figure it out.
Yeah.
It's constantly changing.
So the laws that apply to me, because I have regular W-2 income, so that tax law has changed at least twice since I've been here. Didn't affect me last year because I filed in the U.S., but this year I'm filing as a tax resident of Albania. And the tax attorney literally told me that there's been a lot of discussion and debate about the new law. There's a lot of confusion, and he had to seek additional counsel from another government entity to get clarification on the law that affects me and my taxes. And I still don't have clarity on that yet, so I'm a little on edge. It's been kind of a stressful week trying to get answers and waiting to find out what that number is actually going to be.
We've both been on edge, and I have issues with my tax things as well. And I contacted my immigration consultant, and they're like, no, you don't need to do this. And then I reached out to some friends, and they sent me something else. And then I read every answer I get is different.
I think the important thing is to make sure you talk to a tax attorney about your taxes and not an immigration attorney about your taxes.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's why I dread when people ask questions like that, because I don't want Don't take my word for anything when it comes to stuff like that. Go to a professional to get your information.
Make sure it's the right kind of professional. Because again,
Exactly.
even our immigration attorneys had some really outdated information,
Yeah.
but it wasn't, we're asking them about taxes, and that's not their
Exactly. Yep. Go to the professionals. Don't take anybody else's word for it.
The other thing is, there's the Income Exclusion Act. So, so you won't get, even though there isn't a treaty, you're not going to get double taxed, because I think it goes up to like $120,000 in the U.S. If you're paying taxes in another country, the U.S. will not tax you on that. Once you go beyond that, you might be liable for taxes in both countries. But there is that foreign income exclusion that it's like 120 grand. So that's not too big a deal. But you might have to pay taxes, maybe not in America, but you might have to pay taxes here, which could be like actually significantly higher depending on what bracket you're in.
Yeah, exactly. What about renting? Besides Airbnb, is it better to use a local agency?
So the local agencies that advertise really well online, like Century 21, they do have higher prices. It's so much more convenient because that's how we're used to looking for things as Americans is online. You'll get a better deal if you get here, put your boots on the ground, and just start asking around and making connections. You're much more likely to find a better rate, but it's just going to be more of a hassle.
Yeah, somebody, like one of your previous comments, was asking, like, how do you avoid getting, the high property prices here? And that is part of it. It comes the same thing with buying a place. Anything you see online is usually going to be an inflated price, and you really need to like take some time here, rent a place, even if it's Airbnb or whatever, and then look around for for sale signs on houses, because they won't be online.
And ask people when you go to the cafe and meet other expats. You just start networking, and everyone will just kind of put the word out and find out who has something available.
And the best thing you can really do is have an Albanian friend that can ask in Albanian, so they're not like, oh, there's an American. Let's see,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says Albanian friends that help us with these things.
Yeah.
Oh, good. See, for purchase, did you get a loan or pay in full?
Pay in full.
Yeah.
Isn't it tough to get a loan over there?
I haven't, I imagine so. Yeah, I would imagine. It's hard to get a bank account, so I'd imagine it'd be hard to get a loan. Yeah.
Well, that's what I told her was one of the first things I want to do when we get over there is I want to get started on getting a bank account.
Well, you gotta have a place to live first. You were considering Durst, but the rising costs and flooding worried me. Yeah, the flooding definitely concerned me as well. I like Durst a lot.
I just got done telling her about that flooding.
Oh, I like it though. Cash, almost everything is cash here.
They had a huge earthquake a few years ago, back in 2019 too. That was really devastating.
So what about, because I know like in Italy, Southern Italy especially, which could very well be my favorite.
Well, there's a strip going down Italy, right down the middle of the boot.
Yeah.
That it's all earthquake prone.
Right. Does Albania get a lot of earthquakes?
Yeah, we've actually had a pretty big uptick in the prevalence of earthquakes around here, because I like to watch it. I think it's cool. None of them have been damaging. We only feel a few of them.
And very little.
But there's been a ton of little ones, but they do seem to be subsiding again.
Yeah, the only time I've ever even felt one is when I'm at her house, and she's in the penthouse at the very top of the building.
Top. So when there's an earthquake, we're just like, you feel it.
Just a little bit, like barely, like, oh, it's like kind of weird, where I've never ever felt one in my home. Like,
what's that?
People even text me and be like, oh, did you feel the earthquake? And I'd be like, no.
I was born and raised in California, Ventura, and we had a lot of earthquakes there, and they never really bothered me. I mean,
these won't bother you.
Now I come out here. I leave California, come out to Texas. I go from earthquake weather out to tornado weather, and I'm like, am I just looking for stuff, to have happen to me?
You just like having
everywhere their thing.
Yeah, no matter where you go,
that's right.
Florida, hurricanes.
Yeah, forest fires and other places, earthquakes. But and it's like, we haven't really experienced anything bad here, but like if you watch my video on Apollonia, the ancient city that was there for thousands of years, and then they had an earthquake that was so big that it actually changed the course of the river, silted in the harbor, and the city became abandoned. It's why it no longer was a city anymore, and the Romans left it, because and then like the river like moved, everything moved. The harbor was no longer usable, and so that was like a massive earthquake. And we haven't experienced anything like that yet. But you can get that in California. There's a lot of places. I had an earthquake when I lived in Maine, so part of life.
With Albania, while the tax rates are not too onerous, top 23%, the thought of double taxation is not appetizing. You are right. It is not.
And as long as it's not over 120K, that's not an issue. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize U.S. taxes were low until yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's no, they could potentially tax my retirement Social Security. You don't want that. Random met someone who just got an apartment in Toronto for $200 a month. Dang.
Well, now James did a video and he mentioned it was, I think one of the most recent ones that I was watching. He mentioned that he was paying like $200 a month for rent, and I'm like, what? I mean, are you kidding me? And I've seen his apartment. I mean, it's pretty decent looking apartment.
Yeah, and you can still get places like that. And again, I don't think those are the ones you're going to find online. I could be wrong, but like even in Toronto, I felt the same way. Like if you look at the websites, you're going to find all these expensive, fancy places, but there's plenty of places available in those kind of outskirt communities around Toronto. They're just loaded with apartments and houses for rent.
And you won't find them online.
You'll find them on a telephone pole or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. See, telephone poles. That's where we're going to put our stickers. We're going to get stickers and we're going to put them on different poles, and we're going to see who can find them.
She was talking about buying a bunch of Europat stickers off of our shop and then taking them out there and just putting them out in different areas and seeing if people can find them. And
that'll be fun.
Put a QR code on it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly. That would be fun. But then you add on health insurance and it gets spent. Yep, that's true too. U.S. has progressive rates. We also have a standard deduction. Yep. Tax. Y'all, I work in the finance industry. I don't want to talk about it.
No, taxes are not.
That's why I'm going for it. You're in law enforcement too? Well, so you get it.
I've been in it for over 35 plus years.
Which city is best for younger fire types?
What?
Financial independence, retire early. It's an acronym.
Oh,
I would say it depends. Like, I'm not sure what he means by that. If he plans on working online or whatever.
I think
if you have enough money that you're financially independent and you're retiring early, I would say anywhere.
Well, not so much. Like Vlora is getting pretty expensive. Toronto and Saranda can be pretty expensive unless you're like again in the outskirts or. But I would say the rest of the country is still
relatively inexpensive.
Relatively,
it's still depends on what you want.
Exactly. Strange way you end up being even more busy than just doing daily activities. Enjoy the check. Bye, Amy. Sorry if we missed you saying bye. Okay. France does not tax retirement. You were speaking to Albania. Here in Germany, demonstrations have to be licensed and are confined to a limited area in the city, and the police are always ensuring. Good to know. And the police and protesters actually followed the rules of protest. It was more of a voicing their opinion versus riot. Okay. Thank you, John.
Golly, how far did we?
We are so far behind. You missed just walkable. They're in Pokerdetch. You both grew up in California. That's a big one, but they are rare. Just moved to a place that didn't fall down. Great advice. You're in Torrance at the mall and found yourself walking sideways and couldn't stop. It was like, oh, okay. On here, you need a house with a small yard so you can grow your own saffron. I love that.
Yeah.
I love to grow things. That's discouraging. Our house that we're buying has a small yard. You buy saffron at the store. Yeah, I like to plant things. Like right now, all of my citrus trees are in the garage. And I don't want to pull them out yet because here in Texas in the spring it gets super windy and they're all blooming right now in my garage. And as soon as I bring them out,
we've got the grow lights on them that they'll come on and they'll stand on for about 12 hours and then they'll shut off. But I'll go out there and open up the garage so they'll get regular light. But Yeah, that. Luckily, we're going to have someone be able to come take all them.
Yeah, my
plants.
sister's going to come take all of my sister's trees, which is good. Get those gone. We did not have a garage sale this weekend like we wanted to do, but we had somebody come over and we got rid of some things that I wanted to get rid of that I couldn't. So we've started downsizing. You can't see, but a lot of stuff is out of here. We're just trying to, when you're selling your house, which we're about to put our house on the market, I'm saying no later than April. It's like you can't get rid of everything because you still have to have stuff in your house to sell it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really want to see if we could sell it furnished. That would be ideal.
That's what I was suggesting was why don't we just sell it furnished? That way it's all gone.
With any luck at all, we can try. Let's see. We've been on here an hour and 5 minutes. So, Brett, Poker Dash is where you're planned on going in August. You love the small town on the lake. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
I don't know what my hesitation is because every video is beautiful. The lake is beautiful. I like that we're in a small town, so I like that it's smaller.
Yeah.
I don't know why I lean toward Durst more than but again,
like popping over to Italy to go shopping.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Now is Poker Dads are they working on like the buildings of trying to get them to look more updated or painting or anything like that? Or are they doing anything like that?
They are redoing the old town and trying to rehab that. The rest of it, I say no. And that's an Albanian wide. It's one of the things I don't like about apartments is they will build an apartment, a concrete apartment, and like once they've built it, they're like done. No maintenance.
They're not really good with maintenance, and I'm dealing with that in my building right now. There's a lot of issues around maintenance. But we have some. It's just there's issues.
Yeah, like most apartments, like even when they're new, they're a few years old, and like parts of it's already trashed. Or I looked at some apartments for my parents. And they never even finished them. So you go on certain floors, and literally, like it's been years since they've worked on it. There's still bags of concrete in the hallway, and it's just like really.
It is really common to see unfinished buildings here.
Yeah. So it's one of the things I don't like. But there's a lot of things I don't like about apartments, and that's the maintenance and some of the other. That's part of, and the earthquakes and like I'm sure these are built like spec to code, right? I'm sure nobody took off and did a crap job on this and then pocketed the money. You just and then you have neighbors.
How are some of the houses over there that rent, or do they rent the houses?
Not very often.
Yeah, they do.
Times, but not a lot. Mostly apartments.
You can find houses rent. There were tons of them for rent around Toronto.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't see it too much here in Poker Dads, but I mean they do exist. It's not unheard of.
I think it's one of those things to ask around.
Yeah.
So funny you say that about my rooster, Mr. Doodle, up here. The lady that came and got a bunch of stuff from us did ask about Mr. Doodle.
She wanted him.
However, he has been part of our family for so many years, and my daughter said, absolutely not. She is taking Mr. Doodle.
The one that's also taking George.
Yeah.
She's going to be the one.
Taking Mr. Doodle because he's been part of the family. Hold on. You like George. I'm going to show you George real quick. And then I know y'all got to go too.
George, we gotta plug in. We're actually,
shoot.
We might die any second here.
I didn't realize we were dying. Sorry. Hold on.
Okay. That's okay. Just going to show you George really quick.
We got to fix his hair on his
He just got his hair cut and they didn't do a good job on his face. He was sleeping.
Buddy.
George, say hello.
Oh, shit. We're going to lose the microphones.
That's okay.
Right, so.
Say hello.
Still has a microphone.
I woke George up. He's not happy.
George! Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Can you say hello?
Buddy.
Your people wanted to say hello.
Hi, I like your haircut. Oh, you're so sweet.
They messed his nose up, and it's up in front of his eyes and stuff.
Yeah, I see that.
I think I'm gonna end up getting my clippers out, and I'm gonna shave them off.
Aww.
Well, guys, we really appreciate y'all coming on. That was so nice.
Fun.
It has been fun, and I can't wait to get to meet y'all in person. We haven't told a bunch of people yet, but our timeline might have moved up a bit. And that's all I'm going to say about it right now, because there's a couple of determining factors, one being our house selling. So
If we can get the house sold
and a couple other things done, we have moved up our time. So we're just going to leave that at that. So surprise, everybody.
Awesome. Yeah, keep us posted. It's exciting.
Yes, it is. So thank y'all so much for coming on. We really, really appreciate it. And it's been great.
Like and
oh yeah, well y'all like and subscribe. Dang it, I forget.
She did the same thing on the live earlier.
I always forget.
I do
Matt
too.
Diane. Yes. What? Somebody's saying Matt and Diane in question. Jackie, do you have a question? Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. So we're just gonna
speak it into existence.
Yeah, that's right. That's what Shauna says too. Y'all have a great week. Thank you so much. It is so nice to get to meet you. We can't wait to see y'all.
We can't wait to get out there and meet y'all in person.
We'll have a good time. We'll have a cookout.
That's good.
We're looking very forward to it. Absolutely.
Y'all have a great rest of your evening. Bye, guys. See y'all later. Bye, y'all.
We'll stay in touch on WhatsApp.